staple. This is your daily reminder to stay hydrated and mind your damn business.
Very, very tasty. Very tasty water. Oh, there we go. Okay. What is going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Pumped Up Podcast, where we discuss sometimes fitness things, sometimes sus things, and
what the fuck we want to talk about
all of other things as well. Today we are going to be opening up, I think, for a couple of podcasts. We're going to try out how it feels. Is sort of doing like would you rather, or a sort of question that we all have to answer, and then just pretty much see where it takes us at the beginning, and then transfer into whatever else we want to talk about. So I think you had the first one.
Are we doing the fitness one, or are we doing...
No, let's do the fitness one.
The fitness one, okay. So you have to pick 3 exercises, and you can only do these 3 exercises for the rest of your life. Like 3 movements, like whatever. Could be squatting, benching, whatever you may be. What 3 are you going to pick?
Squat, bench, and curls.
Okay.
Squat, bench,
just
and
flat
curls?
bench? Like let's get
Yeah.
specific.
Wait. Do you realize that picking those things that you've just picked, your back is going to get small?
Oh yeah. Fuck.
I can't believe you were so fast to say those 3.
I forgot about the back.
How'd you forget about the back, bro?
It's just big, bro. It's just what it is.
It was just born big. Don't buy Floris's program. It doesn't do anything.
Man, son of a bitch.
It's always, his back's always been big. No, I'm fucking with you. So what is it?
I'll go, okay, since we brought that up, I'll go bench, squat, and lat pull downs.
Okay.
Lat pull downs over curls, huh?
Okay.
You work out the bicep a little bit. Pull
Yeah,
down.
you can,
Okay,
you can
okay.
change up like the variations of it. Just like
I can
squat,
do
you can
that.
change like your foot position, shit like that. You're talking back squat, right?
Yeah, back squat.
Okay. Brandon, what do you got?
I think I'll go with overhead press, barbell standing overhead press,
Push-ups or what?
pull-ups.
Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting because like it's your body weight, so like you're gonna get fatigued. I mean, you can add like a band in there, but
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go like a pull down.
I like pull-ups more, and I feel like you can. Yeah. I'm gonna go with pull-ups, and I'm also going to go with.
He's thinking
I don't
hard.
want to squat for the rest of my life.
He's thinking
I feel
hard
like
about it.
I'm trying to think about a leg movement that I would want to do for the rest of my life, because if I squat for the rest of my life, I just injure myself so much squatting. It's so hard for me to squat. I'd probably have to go with hip thrusts.
Those are sus.
Probably.
He wants to keep the
I
dumper.
think so, dude.
wants to keep the
I mean,
dumper.
I legitimately get quite a bit of quad activation depending on how I do my hip thrusts, and yeah, I think that's what I'd have to go with.
Okay. I'm gonna do. I was gonna do barbell bent over rows, but I'm probably gonna do double like dumbbell bent over rows because I can change the way I'm pulling it and activate a bunch of muscles. I can get my hamstrings recruited if I do, depending on like if I use like momentum and shit like that. So we got hamstrings, back covered, gotta cover back, biceps. I'm probably gonna go with like a clean and jerk or some shit like that.
Why? I've never
Like
seen
out
you
of,
do those
out of
before.
like, well, I'm just trying to think of like, this is for the rest of my life.
athlete
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So
for
the
rest of your
most
life.
muscles possible, like where it starts on the floor, you bring it up, you clean it. That's a lot of shoulder involved in that, and then you catch it in the squat. So there's a squat, and then I now have to press it above my head.
But you think you're gonna like build a lot of muscle doing that?
I just think, oh fuck, this nigga's calling me.
Who?
Zay. I'm just talking, just like
He's a
like
CrossFitter.
I could always lower the weight, and then it's mainly focusing on the press, and
Sounds
that's
like
really
CrossFit.
taxing my shoulders. Or I go a little bit heavier, and now it's more focused on like the squat.
Okay.
I'm like trying to like super.
All right, that's valid. So you would sort of try to take the athlete route a little bit.
yeah, something that's gonna recruit a ton of muscles. I don't know what would recruit more.
I feel like a deadlift. Like I'm surprised that none of us said deadlift. To be honest,
I was
with you.
thinking RDL, But then like the bent over rows, if I do it with like momentum, I'm doing the same thing.
I might pick deadlift over
Hip thrust.
hip thrusts. Does that mean I can sumo and conventional?
Yeah.
Or can I only? Okay, yeah. Then I'm going with definitely. I could develop my legs really well doing sumo and conventional, I think.
Yeah, that is true. If you had it, yeah, that's a super solid. My last one though, fuck, this is kind of tough. I need to think.
Yeah. So you have the clean and jerk. You have the
Like a clean. I don't know if that's what it actually, but from the ground, where you bring it up, you clean it, and then press above your head. And then I have the bent over rows with the dumbbells.
Yep.
And then, fuck.
Sus machine.
Nah, not the sus machine. I'm trying to think. Like, as bad as I'd want to pick like hack squat or something, that's just not like optimal.
I feel like with the exercises, like personally, the exercises that I chose, I honestly think that I could maintain my physique just doing those 3 exercises. Doing pull-ups, deadlifts.
What kind of pull-ups?
Where's your chest?
Overhead press.
Where's your chest though?
Uh-oh. The battery died.
Fuck, it's okay. This one's just gonna end up
All
on
right,
fucking
yeah,
Spotify.
That's fine.
That is what it is.
Damn, dude, that's tough. But I get a lot of chest activation from overhead pressing.
I don't know how.
I get a really good like chest pump.
Yeah, but I don't think your chest is gonna grow from overhead press.
I think it would.
Leaning
I think
way
it would
far
maintain though.
I don't know about that.
I'm
trying to think of what
I
this
get
last one would
I
be.
get a mean like upper chest pump whenever I overhead press.
I literally can't think of like what this last.
Because my chest is already so like dominant, like over my shoulders, that if I do any sort of pressing movement, my chest is just automatically
My
involved.
last one's probably gonna be incline dumbbell press, just because I can't really think of anything.
Okay.
So now I got my shoulders, my chest involved.
Incline dumbbell.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what else I could.
Gotcha. I have a question that I'd like to lead us into. Is like, why would you ever go the powerlifting route? And if not, like, why did you choose bodybuilding? Like, was there ever a time when you were sort of split between the two, powerlifting and bodybuilding?
Well, to start, I don't have any interest in going the powerlifting route, just as like my joint, like under heavy loads, it starts to hurt. Like that's just like my knee. If I squat super heavy, I'll feel it for a while. It takes a while to cover. Obviously with proper programming and all that stuff, but like I don't know. I feel like the risk of injury is a lot higher than like the way that I train lighter weights, much higher reps. And I would prefer to look like I can lift more than I can, than to lift more than I look like I can. Because I feel like it does.
That
more
makes
for
sense.
You, rather than being that smaller guy that's actually strong as shit. Versus, I'd rather be the big motherfucker who the smaller guy might be.
It's so hard when people like debate strength or aesthetics, because obviously one sometimes comes like with the other, you know. But there are a lot of powerlifters out there who have like decent physiques, and then there's a lot of bodybuilders out there that are super strong.
Yeah. And like you're not going to be weak as a bodybuilder, but maybe if you were to put yourself in the weight class of powerlifting, you might not be that strong on those said movements, those big 3.
I would love to powerlift. I think that it would be pretty interesting to try out. Like I'm very, very interested because right now, like I can't lift ridiculously heavy, especially not on 1 rep maxes. Like I can do pretty good volume PRs, but I think it'd be so interesting just to train for that specific, like for a 1 rep max. You know what I'm saying? I've never done that. I've never even 1 rep maxed. Like
anything? I feel like I saw you 1 rep max
tried to
on
1
bench.
rep max bench once when I was in 8th grade, or I think it was like
I saw you
6th
max
grade.
out with like 275 or some shit like that.
No, I've hit 275 for like 5, and that was it. That's as low as I like ever go on bench, squat.
You could probably hit 315.
I've never won lift. I've never.
I bet you could hit 3 plates.
It's possible.
See, I went for a couple PRs on my first cycle because I was bulking. My strength shot up, but I didn't train for strength.
Yeah.
Like occasionally I would like go heavier and stuff just to see like, all right, we're going to go for a heavy bench. So warm up wise might be like a couple doubles, some triples. And then I send the heavy number just to see like what I get. But it's not like me programmed for strength. Like it's all hypertrophy training.
Well, what do you think, Flores?
I'll be bodybuilding. That'll be my style of training for sure. I've never really been too much into powerlifting because I could bench a lot, but when it comes to squats and anything like that, like my back would hurt. shit like that. I don't want to get injured. I've been injured a lot, so like fuck that. I also feel like a lot of people that power lift, when they get older, they're gonna be fucked up in general.
Yeah.
Even with like great technique, it's just shit happens. Even in bodybuilding as
Shout out to Alan.
Shit happens, bro. Shit happens.
No, it's
up.
true. It's true.
And like again, I'd rather look like I lift. Not to say that I'm fucking weak. Again, like what Jay said, we're definitely most bodybuilders are stronger than like the guy who just shows up to the gym once a bit or something like that.
Are you dead ass right now? Are you fucking kidding me?
Alex is taking out the trash
There's
right now.
a fucking fence, bro.
Son of a bitch.
You're gonna come and interrupt the podcast. He gonna make me stand up.
I would just like to point out the fact that even though he did walk through, Alex is taking out the fucking garbage right now.
I know that is.
Gentlemen.
How weird
Hold on,
is
can
that?
we all clap when he comes back in here?
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
He's still outside. He's still outside. We're waiting. We're all gonna clap
Make sure
because
no one
Alex is
fucking
growing up
steals his
so
ass.
fast.
He's too pretty. He's coming out every night.
that? He doesn't know the code.
He doesn't know.
Oh, he doesn't know that code. No shot. No fucking. Is he struggling?
We love you, Alex. We love you.
They grow up so fucking fast. Greek
He's
God's
a real man
Social
now.
Club.
I bet Haley told him to take the trash
I
out.
guarantee
Did Haley tell you to take the trash out? You just did it?
Haley's making him grow up. I'm gonna cry.
Oh,
He's trying to make a pizza.
pizza
Please don't
from
burn
what?
the house
Prince
down. We
Charming.
don't have renter's insurance yet.
mwah. You're making a pizza? Vegan, gluten-free pizza. Okay. All right. Can I have some?
No shot.
That's freaking hilarious. Okay. Back to the powerlifting topic. Yeah, I think that it would be interesting to like train just like solely for it.
See, I can't do that because you need more rest. I don't rest that fucking long. Like when I train with Alan, his rest periods are about 3 minutes, especially when you want to power lift.
And you don't like that?
I rest longer.
3 minutes?
I rest
when
about
I go to failure, like true
yeah.
failure, and everything I have, like we go like when we were hack squatting,
Leg day hack
and
squats.
When we went to
It's
Destination
like
Dallas, we were resting about 3 minutes
3
with
to
all of
4
us.
minutes,
And
yeah.
you go and you do as many leg presses as you can. Like if you think you're gonna go 30 seconds and hop back in there, you're gonna get 4 fucking reps.
What's your average like rest time in between sets?
Mine, I try to keep it between a minute, basically a minute.
That's insane. Like that.
It's just like the training styles. Like
Keep it intense.
That's
So-
amazing.
he just reps it out.
I don't
and
go-
he doesn't go till failure.
I do that in
though.
my
I do.
and just a shit
I
ton of
do,
failure.
just not in the beginning. I feel like your training style it works
All out.
very well for you. A lot. I mean, I think a bit of it is because you're on some shit.
I mean, I've trained like that my whole
That's
life.
true.
Though. I mean, you can look at my natural transformation. That was me training everything I had all the time. That's just
Yeah.
how I like grew up. Was like outwork everybody.
I definitely changed.
something that I say is
Yeah.
too. I'm 26, right? Jay, you're 22, right? I've been working out a little bit longer.
Yeah, no, you have. How many years have you been training?
I've been working out since I was like 14. 15.
Yeah, like I haven't worked out
But I
consistently
haven't
for a year yet.
build until like the
Yeah, but
like,
but has it been like consistent? Like, did you have any years where you like stopped like working out at all?
I did. I had 6 months. I stopped. 9 months. I stopped. I just stopped. I was like, fuck.
I think that it's crazy that he's been training for so long, and yet on like this past bulk, like he's legitimately put on noticeable size. Like usually somebody that's like as far into lifting as you are, it's like
I think it's because of the breaks and him not training for bodybuilding the whole time. Like him just being
I guess
active,
that
say
probably
he
has
was
something to do
running.
with it. And your legs, true. Like you didn't train your legs for a really long time,
So
right?
I always had leg injuries, so I could squat.
Well,
a
what
lot.
leg injuries did you have?
So so I have a fucked up back, right? So I would squat so much that my back would hurt the next day. And I said, "Fuck it, right? It's fine." So I would squat again, and my back would just get fucked up.
So I know that you do a ton of volume. Does that back pain come with volume and like doing set after set after set, or do you think that if you went into a workout and literally just did one squat, 2, 3, 4 sets of squats, but they were all like RP6 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like with some left in the tank, but you were going a lot heavier. Do you think that would make your back feel better or worse?
No, I think a lot of it has to do with like bracing. And
When we-
wise.
Oh, interesting.
But when my bad to cut you off. Because we train legs, you train legs with me at Brick House, and we started off with squatting. That's the first time I squatted in a very long time. Did your back hurt?
Yeah. It always hurts when I squat. It just always
anytime?
does. Always does.
That's
so what
so
I've done to
interesting.
combat that is I rest a little bit longer. My squat days, I do rest. I rest a lot longer each repetition because my back. I think it has to do with my bracing, but my back just hurts. I think I probably have like a fucked up disc.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that's
positive
probably
I
what it
do.
is.
Because like it was so bad for a while. Like when I couldn't work out legs. Like I would be driving to class, and like while driving to class, I was like, "Fuck, my back hurts so bad."
I had
Like I
a
wanted,
very
like I was
similar
almost
thing.
in like I was like, "Shit, dude!" Like I wanted to tear up. That's how bad that shit hurt.
I've had it happen where I like go to grab groceries like out of my car, and like I legit like my back like it
locks up. Yeah, and you're like
because I literally I feel like the weight of the groceries like on my fingertips. And it perfectly translates like directly down right into that slip disc, and it's just
it's like I feel like anyone who's done a good bit of lifting has thrown their back out at like one point or another to where it's like it's tweaked like that, and you're walking around, you're like fuck, like getting up and around the house. You feel like an old
it's one of
man.
like the worst things too to throw out your lower back because there's so many different muscles and like things. There's so much going on back there that it's really, really hard. A lot of the time, like you can tweak your back and not really have a slip
that's the
disc
thing.
or something like that.
When I fucked up my back, it's because I was working out with intensity, just going and going and going. It's like kind of like the way Jay trains, right? Just going and going, and that doesn't work for me because my back will get fucked up.
Interesting.
So I can't train that way, especially when it comes to legs. When it comes to upper body, I can push it a little bit more, but legs definitely not.
Interesting.
Well, Jay, didn't your fucking back hurt the other day? You were talking about it. It made you pissed off.
It was like muscle though. It wasn't like there's like I've been training long enough and I'm in tune with my body enough to know when it's like muscle
Like disc
hurting
pain
or like
versus lower
your
Why come you don't
yeah,
squat a lot though?
Just 'cause I prefer to hack squat.
I'm pretty sure
It's
you
less,
said because
it's less on my knees
On your knees.
because I can put the band on there and it takes a little bit of pressure off because my knee. Like if I squat heavy,
See, here's
my
another
knee
thing.
is gonna need like multiple days to recover. Like I'll wake up in the morning, like when I used to do like back when I was like on cycle or whatever, and I'd hit like 365 for sets of 8 or some shit like that, and then maybe I'd like feel like I'm hot shit, hit 405 for like 3 or whatever. My knee would feel that shit for a while. So like the next day, like I'd wake up in the morning, I'd be like, fuck, it feels cold, my knee fucking hurt, and it's just like longevity wise, that's just not gonna cut it.
So when you train intensely, your knee never bothers you, or it does. It's a nagging injury, right? I'm pretty positive.
I always know it's there.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, we
it's
worked out
constant.
before that day at Dallas. You talked about your knees hurting when we were going fucking all out. Your knees were hurting. You talked about it.
And it's just like I could do a squat right now with 135. I'm gonna feel my knee. That's just the way
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
just the way it is
So
sometimes.
that's why I wear the knee sleeves and shit like that.
See, that's like how it is for my back. When I squat, like I know my back's fucked up. It's gonna hurt a little bit, especially if I go intense. But if I rest a little bit in between, you see me, I lay down fucking flat on the floor to like take pressure off my back.
I used to train like very, very similar to Florist trains right now. Like I would legitimately spend like 2.5 hours like working out every single day, like in the gym. I would spend 2.5 hours. I do, holy smokes, I would probably do like 35 to 40 sets like for a body part. Like,
how many
doing a push
exercises do you
day.
think you do? Like, say you're hitting whatever. How many exercises do you think you
On
do?
currently or back then?
No, right now.
Right now, so I train full body. So I'd probably say this is the thing. Like I tell people that I train full body differently.
Touch-ups.
I tell
We'll
people,
say, don't you have like your full body days and then your selective body part like push pull or whatever?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
what
let's
are you saying?
let's to even it all. Let's say like on a push day or a pull day or you're doing legs. Like how many exercises are you doing?
How many exercises?
Yes, like exercise, not sets.
Okay.
Different exercise, so
Okay.
different movements.
Okay, so on my push day, I will probably do 8 exercises, 7 or 8.
In total.
7 or 8 in total.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do for like a chest day, I'd probably end up doing like 4 chest movements, 2 delt movements, 1 tricep movement,
Something along those lines. Okay.
somewhere along those lines.
What about you, Flores?
I think I switch it up. So I'll do like one day I'll have like probably 4 back movements or 3 that I love to do. And kind of I'll go high sets with those things. Then do a little bit of like smaller movements. Can be like instead of doing like a back like 2 armed, right, like back row, I'll just try single like a weak point and pull one side and the other side. Just target that. Then I have another day where I do a lot more exercises and just more focus on more variety. Try to target the different muscles in my back. So one day would be more compound lifts. like fucking barbell
Interruption.
rows,
Yeah.
reverse, something like very compact, heavy, compound lift heavy. Then the other day would be more machinery, a lot more machines.
Interesting.
Okay.
Makes it funner for me as well, especially like instead of doing the mundane things all the time.
Mine depends on the body part. So like
Yeah.
leg day, I think today I did 5 exercises, and it was a hamstring based day, maybe like 6. If it's a quad day, I don't have it in me. After I hack squat, if I go all out and then I go and I leg press all out, I can't do another compound lift. Like if I do lunges, I'm really like on my shit. I'm on true demon time if I go and do lunges after that, because my legs are absolutely annihilated. So then it's typically like from like 5 upwards of like 6. Say if I like a chest day, I think my last chest day, I think I did 5 different movements for my chest, and then I only did a couple for like my triceps. But like back, it might be more exercises, because back, there's a lot of different muscles in the back. You got to hit them at a lot of different angles. But it might be like a mainly rowing day. It might be more of like a pull down day. I might be targeting traps. So like all that varies. But anywhere from like 6, honestly, anywhere from like 4 upwards of like 8. 8 would be like very high. That'd be like a push day. So we're including like triceps. But like per muscle group, like realistically 3 to like 4. And I'm typically doing 3 to 4 sets of each of those exercises. And those sets are like, and these are like my working sets.
Yeah.
So like if I hack
Of
squat,
course.
I may do like, there might be like
warm-up
3
set.
sets before I actually go. It was 1 plate, 2 plates,
exactly.
3 plates, and I slap 4, or then I jump up to 5 plates and I'm running it.
Exactly. When I was a kid, I used to always try to train every single body part twice a week. And my split that I was doing was like, chest and tries, and then back and bis, and then shoulders and arms, and then legs, and that's 4. So if you multiply that by 2, it was 8. So I needed to fit 8 days into 7 days, and I was training every single day. And every single Sunday, I would have to train legs and chest and triceps on the same
Talk about a
day.
shitty split.
And so I was legitimately in there for about 3.5 hours. So I would work out, like I would do a full push day pretty much, and then I would be having to do like leg press after that. And I just remember being so run down. I look back on it and I'm like, I can't believe I was in there for that long. Like I genuinely just can't believe, like I would be in there every single Sunday hitting legs, chest, triceps, and shoulders for like 3.5 to 4 hours.
Yeah, I never got, like, I'll get a ton of comments like, you don't put legs with shoulders? I was like, no, bro. Like, I don't have it in me to do anything. After I do legs, like, I'm dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
I train a failure on other stuff, like, it might, like, hurt, but, like, nothing will drain me like me doing legs till failure. Go do leg press till failure. And I mean, like, you go to push it, and the shit comes back down and stops. Like, to failure.
It's
go
so
hack
hard.
squat till you literally die on that fucking thing. You are going to be dead. You're not going to be like, oh, let me go do some overhead press. Let me go do some Arnold press. No, like, you're not going to have that shit in you.
Yeah, I think out of all of the exercises, I think that leg press is the hardest one to train to failure in my opinion.
Lunges.
Yeah, I don't like leg presses.
Lunges.
It's not back.
Drain me more than anything.
I could fuck lunges even.
Like, go grab some 100-pound dumbbells
I feel
and
like
lunge
I
until
could
you
fail
literally
them
can't.
pretty easily though. Like I can like feel it going out, and until I'm just like, I can't.
Because with
I can't
lunges, you
lunge
have more.
anymore.
With lunges, you're like, oh, I think I'm done. And when you're actually done, is much larger than like leg press. Like on leg press, I can know like this next one is not gonna get up. I'm gonna go down, but it's not. Like when I failed and we were working out with Garrett, like I knew I was not gonna be able to get that one up.
But I feel like with lunges for me, I'm still like upright, and like when I fail, like it's not as terrible. After I finish a leg press set, just from bracing on every single rep, there's something about moving both your legs, working both your legs at the same time that you finish, and I just get a massive headache. I stand up and I get a huge head rush, and I just feel super nauseous. I feel that way after every single time I try to do leg press to failure. It's just terrible. I don't know why. We pretty much did lunges till failure the other day. It was definitely
How
hard.
much weight?
Yeah, leg
With how
press
much
is
weight?
different.
We were doing it with like 50s or 60s.
Oh yeah.
And
no,
it
I'm
was
talking like go grab like 100-pound dumbbell. And it's like if you could do a lot of reps, it's like cardio like crazy.
We went like
We,
fucking
yeah,
30 yards.
we went really far. We went.
You guys
really
were
far.
outside.
30
And then we
yards,
came
bro.
back. Yeah, it was
but
pretty
you were
tough.
still able to like keep going. But you still have to brace your core on that.
Yeah, a little
and
bit.
it's the constant. Like with leg press, you might down, up, back down. Like lunges, like
You gotta keep
the pace.
going.
Like
Okay.
step.
All right, I can see. Yeah.
that or barbell squat. Barbell squat's up there too. Like if you've actually
That's
like
true.
truly gone to like you got to be in tune with your body to try to train barbell squat to failure.
Fuck
but like to
that.
win.
See, I don't train to failure.
I
You go-
feel-
Like
you get
I've
hurt.
slapped
Fuck
I've
that.
slapped fucking 175 and ran it for as many as I could, and we're closing in on like
So when
20,
you train
and
it-
I am dying. Absolutely. After that, like I feel like the asthma kind of creep in. Like that
Oh,
shit is
really?
cardio. Or if I put 225 on, I'm like, all right, let's run
Dang.
this shit. Like you do high reps on legs, it's cardio.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I feel like that leads to a lot of injuries, like going straight to failure, especially with compound lifts.
You got to
I
know.
think
That's why I
you're
said.
right.
That's why I said you have to know what
it
you're doing.
definitely does.
That's why I
lead to
said
more
like you got to
injuries,
know
for
what
sure.
you're doing. So like it's same thing with like me. If I'm deadlifting
See,
and I'm going to failure, if I feel my low back start around, I drop it. That was
it,
my
okay.
failure. It wasn't like I might have been able to stand up with the weight, but I'm gonna hurt myself. So it's
Yeah.
all like structural,
Is that
and, like
true failure,
functional
though?
failure.
So
Functional
For the
failure, okay.
well with like machine stuff, it's a lot easier.
My
With,
back hurts when
with
I
like
do leg
barbell
press.
squat.
yeah.
I think that's gonna play down to like you might have to like
That
open up.
motherfucker-
You
that
might have to
motherfucker
open
gets
up your
numb.
hips more in the beginning because your butt will round. I bet you because you had a little bit of a butt wing, so I guarantee you when you go down,
It's because you're
your-
squatting very, very deep.
your
for
butt
sure.
comes off a little bit.
just a little.
like
bit.
honestly, you should invest in squat shoes. I bet you
should.
it would help with your low back.
I should.
You
I need to invest in some
you
as
could
much
try
as I
out
hit
mine.
legs.
Almost any squat shoes.
Yeah, he's gonna fit
You
you.
said that you were squatting in those tennis shoes the other day because they had a little bit of a
Little bit,
heel
yeah, a
on
little
them.
bit heel on
They
them.
don't even have that much of a heel. If you get squat shoes, they'll
See,
give
I-
you like a solid,
I usually
like a
squat in
solid
Converse
centimeter.
usually, but-
Yeah, it'll give you like a
Converse are
solid
alright.
centimeter and a half.
Even my nothing news, like if I'm going for like a heavy squat or like I'm going for like a PR or something, I'm taking my shoes off because I need my feet spread. Because a lot of people think that you just push through your heels. Like no, it's
You gotta
like the
push through
tripod.
your full foot.
It's your 3 points need to have equal contact, and I need my feet spread, like my toes spread.
Yeah, it's-
versus Converse,
yeah.
it shoves everything together.
Yep, squat shoes really help with that as well. Like squat shoes, it's like what's it called? Cork at the bottom, so you can feel everywhere in the shoe and just sort of press evenly throughout it. I think that would help you too. I'd be really interested
Fucking
to see you.
expensive though.
Yeah,
Well, I think you can get a pair for like $100.
I think a pair of Adidas you can probably get them at
Adidas. Someone send me some squat shoes.
Yeah, seriously, mine the Nike
Send
Romelo
us one.
3s over there. Those
shoe
were like
sponsor.
230.
Really?
Yeah, but that's
I
like
feel
when they
you'll have
first
them
came
forever,
out though.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like
for
I don't
sure.
think you're gonna wear
For
through
sure.
them.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I really like those. Those were definitely one of my best investments. So you've had your lower back injury.
My knee had a knee injury too.
What was your knee injury?
I never got checked out. I probably should have. I'm pretty sure.
That's the most Flores fucking answer.
I never got it checked out.
I think it was like my. I think it was my MCL.
MCL, your
I think-
meniscus?
What
Me-
part of your
is that-
what part of your knee hurt?
Is that your meniscus? Your MCL?
No. MCL, LCL, ACL's inside.
It was right here.
Medial, lateral. That's your patella tendon.
Bottom patella or something, right?
Okay.
So I went down. I wasn't even going heavy, but I was going with reps again. I was like,
On squats?
yeah, I was going with reps, and I felt good. I went down, and as soon as I went down, like I felt something in my knee just like give out. I was like, what the fuck is that? I went up, went back down to see like, what was going on again. And I was like, yo.
I've done that before
See
too.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I could go down. It was just pushing off this leg. It was dead. So I basically dropped the weight and grabbed
going.
my keys and went home. And I was like, fuck. I fucked something up because I started limping. So I didn't swell up or anything really bad, but it just did not have like anything. Any like I would walk on it. It was like it wasn't something was missing. And like if I would touch it,
And it just sort of
it
healed?
fucking hurt. Yeah, I think it took about 9 months for it to heal.
Holy shit. No, you definitely fucked something up.
Like it would hurt. Like,
You
really
fucked something
bad,
up
hurt
like
really bad.
tendon wise.
It could have been MCL or LCL, but that wouldn't make sense doing like.
I linked to a
squat.
lot. I don't know, but something definitely did like.
Because
That's
those
scary.
will fix on their self.
Yeah,
ACL
that's why.
needs to get
Those are
repaired.
the type of injuries, like I'll get an injury like that and it ruins my mood for months. Like months.
I had my season taken away from me 2 seasons in a row, my junior
Playing
year and my
football?
senior year, because of my knee.
Did you enjoy football? Like,
I
was
loved
it
that. Dude,
okay?
that was my running around and
All right,
just
because I got
headhunting,
injured
that was
playing
my
basketball, but I didn't enjoy
I
basketball that
loved
much, so I was
football.
always
and then
happy.
after like my senior year, I fell in love with track. Just because I know I wouldn't get
because of
hurt.
the track girls.
And the perfection. Track girls are valid.
Yeah, I fucking
Very
hated
valid.
track. I hated track.
I love track. I was fast, so
Okay, so your knee
And the
cost you
perfection of it.
2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Okay.
I mean, I've hurt my knees like even before that. I got hurt every year playing football.
Would you play running back?
Broke my ankle, high sprained ankle,
Damn.
subluxing my knee, spraining my knee. Like I always got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Dude,
very,
football's
like, injured.
grueling. You
It is
cannot
grueling.
play it for long. My buddy like fractured his hip when he was in like 10th grade. Yeah,
Dude, I broke my ankle in practice and finished practice.
that's
Like
so.
I thought I just rolled my ankle.
Oh,
I literally finished the whole practice, and the next practice, or like I'm in school the next, or I think it was like kickoff or whatever. We were like practicing kickoff. I'm run down there, I make the tackle, whatever, and I get up and I'm like, holy shit! I was like, dude, my ankle is killing me. I'm like, oh, I just like rolled my ankle. I've played through sprains before. Like that's not like you just keep going. That's just how I am. And so I'm like, oh nah, like I'm limping. So all these drills, I'm like limping. I don't know if they thought I was like being a bitch or whatever, because that's the stigma with football. You
Yeah,
played it.
it's
It's like
fucked up.
no one. It makes no sense because it's a contact sport. You're going to get hurt. But no one, it's like
Believes you.
it's like you don't want to say that you got hurt because you don't want to look like you're trying to get out of
that's
shit.
so dangerous.
Even though it's
That's
constantly,
so dangerous.
dude, I used to talk with the trainer all the time because it's like you're gonna get hurt. You're banging every fucking day. Like something's gonna give out. Like you're human, but like you don't want to
can't-
talk about it.
I can't
Yeah,
even
you get in
squat.
trouble.
I can't squat with other people. That's one of the things that I've like told myself is that I can't squat with my friends back home, because whenever I squat with my friends, I always push myself more than I should have, and I always end up hurting myself because like my ego gets in the way. And so I'm like yeah, let's hit another rep, and you're getting hyped like the Yoke Club kids, and you're just like you're getting super hyped, and you get into it, and then you freaking hurt something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but I like the next day in school or whatever, I'm walking around and I text I was like, my ankle is fucking killing me. I was like, I need to go like get it checked out. Go get an MRI. There's a crack in my ankle. And like sprains all that, and then I show up the next day to practice wearing like a boot and shit.
Is there anything any other injuries that you've had?
Yeah, I've like broke my toe, broken fingers, from football or just in general.
Just in general, like lifting wise specifically. Have you ever like
worst thing was,
torn
like,
anything?
busting like my nail off or taking like chunks out of my fingers from dumbbells or something like that. But
I've-
nothing like injury.
I've had a weird injury that I actually spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time at the chiropractor when I was a kid and physical therapy trying to like figure out a bunch of stuff, because I had a bunch of growing pains. Like I had pain in my knees for a long time. I had like overwhelming pains. This is even before I started lifting, like overwhelming pains when I do karate in my lower back. And right now I look back on them and I chalk them down to growing pains. But back then, I also have this weird thing, and it still acts up sometimes till this day. But it's this weird thing where when I do pressing movements, you know, the same nerve that your funny bone, it's called your ulnar nerve. I used to have it really bad. And what would happen is, this is one of the reasons why I actually started training full body in the first place, is because I noticed that it helped. But whenever I would push, like whenever I would push, I would do any sort of like bench press or tricep extension or anything like that. What happens is my ulnar nerve right in here, it would flip like over the bone, like from one side to the other side, and it would send like a shock like up my hand into my pinky and my ring finger, and then it would send it back down like into my chest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it was like one of the most annoying things when I was a kid, and I think it came from doing like way too much on push days. Like I would train push day for like 3 hours.
I'll have like my feet start to tingle and shit on leg days sometimes. Like I'll get
Interesting.
off a leg press and my feet are like tingling just from
Why
like,
is
or
that?
like I'm doing leg extensions.
just 'cause, like,
all out and all the pressure on there, just like
Interesting.
there's like no blood flow going to there. Like I think that's what it is.
Interesting.
And that'll bother me. Or sometimes
tingly feet?
That's my back, lower back.
I've had a couple times.
Is that what it's like? It gets
Yeah.
tingly?
I've had a couple
Tingly,
times
no.
with squatting too. Like it's typically if I'm doing like low bar or something and like the position of it, and I'll get off and I'll be like my hands like are like tingling,
Yeah.
it's like I can't feel my fucking hands. It's like, well, I should probably.
Dude, I'm terrified of injuries. Like they scare the absolute crap out of me because when I've gotten injured in the past, like that's when I have like the worst parts of my life. The worst parts of my life is when my mental health like goes down the drain.
Yeah, definitely.
It's almost always because I injure myself in the gym, and I can't like go all out. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't train legs. There's been a long time that I haven't been able to train legs because of either my lower back or my knees, and that's one of the reasons why I like love training them or trying to train them so much while I'm down here, is because it's like I for so long could not train my legs, and I don't think for the first year that I even lifted, I don't think I hit legs at all. So
interesting.
See, I would hit legs, but they would not grow. It was so annoying. I think this is the way I was training. I was training for more like strength and power.
Your legs don't respond like that. You gotta do higher reps.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Your legs do seem to respond really well to like 15 to 20 rep sets versus like other body parts.
Because they're more active.
like,
Think about it. You're walking around all day. It's not a lot on your legs, but they're a lot more active. I think that.
You
my
think that
logic
has to do
wise,
with
because
it?
they're versus your chest.
I feel like it would be the opposite, though.
How often is your chest work throughout the day? Like nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Or your delts, like, oh, you might pick something up, but like, nothing.
See, I feel like it'd be the opposite though. Like since your legs are working like so often throughout the day, they would respond less to like volume and more to like.
But it's volume with weight,
heavy ass weight.
With heavy weight.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it's perspective wise, like heavy. Like I'm doing 8 plates on each side or whatever.
I think that's one thing that a lot of bodybuilders agree on too, is that like everybody always says like 8 to 15 reps.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to legs, they're like, feel free to go 15 to 20 and like maybe even higher. Cause it seems like it really
See, I'll
helps
do
your
that
legs
with like
respond.
drop sets and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like leg curls and shit like that.
I don't do drop sets very often.
Why not?
Unless I'm like with someone else just because I'm like feeling amped. Because I kill myself on the first set, and I haven't felt like I've needed it.
I love
certain muscles.
I love me a good
drop
drop sets.
Drop sets are growing my fucking quads.
Because the thing is, like,
My
I
back.
fatigue very fast. Like the lactic acid or whatever, like builds up, and like my drop off in strength is ginormous.
Do you think you have
I mean, like when we were doing like lat pull down, if I do like a lat pull down, say it's like 180 to failure, my next set. I might only be able to do like maybe like half. Like it drops off like a lot, especially with like legs. Like the drop off is ginormous. It just I get like weaker and weaker, and I don't have it in me.
I really like drop sets for my back, like because I can't really connect to it super well, and so when I do a set all out, what I feel. The reason why I stop a set is usually not because I'm able to take my back to failure on something like lat pull downs. It's because I legitimately lose connection in my back, and I'm starting to feel it all in my forearms and my biceps. So when I do something like a drop set, I can sort of reignite the mind to muscle connection and keep going.
See, like for me, like if we're doing that, like if I drop the weight immediately, I'm gonna feel it all in my biceps. My biceps have now like taken over. Like my back is shot. It's gone.
Yeah.
And so now
I struggle to do that.
All biceps.
I struggle to do that. My muscle connection to my back.
I drop set everything, just about everything. I drop set. Curls, I'll drop set, or I'll work up weight depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
A lot of it is working up weight actually, and so like I'll work up weight or drop too as well. Like even when I curl, like I feel like what helped me grow my arms, especially because I didn't have big arms. Like when I started working out, they're fucking small.
Yeah.
I used to get made fun of for having.
Wait, are you serious? When you first started out, you had small arms.
Yeah, I have small arms.
That's
small
so hard to
biceps.
believe. You seem like you just have genetically freaky arms.
I spent like I think when I was like 19 to 20, or I say like 18 to.
That gives me hope. That gives me a lot of hope.
I spent I hit arms probably 4 times a week.
Damn.
I was like obsessed with it.
That's
I wanted to get
crazy.
big fucking arms. And during that year period, probably don't do this, but like I definitely saw gains. Like my fucking arms got a lot bigger.
No, my arms when I was like a little kid, like everybody, I was the kid in class that always flexes bicep because my bicep was literally like a little mountain. Even when I was a little kid, it was just that tiny little, and so I always had the biggest arms in class because it was like that little nugget. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And so hopefully maybe I can
Your arms are pretty big.
maybe
though. What
even
you mean?
get as big arms as Forrest one day. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, the biggest arms in the house.
It's true.
Just
He
laying it out
does.
there.
Yeah. Jay's on cycle though. He's trying to catch up.
I am.
He's
catching
trying.
up. You see these
He's
stretch
down
marks?
bad.
You see these stretch marks? I
marks?
still won't have his insert, so it won't matter.
Yeah,
but
that's true. That's
We're
true.
catching
If you could pick one, let's end it on this one. If you could pick one body part to pretty
Replace?
much
Is it replacing
not
one of mine?
replace. No. What you're doing is you're taking that muscle and you're putting it into one of those what do you know, like a slot machine sort of, or a what do you call it? I can't even think of the word. A spinner. You know what I'm saying, where you spin it. And so you respin that muscle in the genetic lottery. And so you might end up with another shit body part. You might end up with a good body part. It's just like
So
whatever.
you're saying like
Space.
if I could like change.
Yeah, random change. You
Yeah.
hit the button.
like,
bicep,
but
random
it's
change.
not saying that it's going to be good.
Fucking
It could be worse.
Like it could be worse,
get twig arm. Fuck.
but it could be good. Which one are you doing?
If you had to.
What do you think about this?
Fuck,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
go
hard one.
glutes.
Glutes. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Here's my logic, because whether it goes good or bad, it will impact me the least out of
Okay.
everything.
Fuck.
Or I could have went like calves, because like
So,
There's-
but
there's
you,
open
but you
bodybuilders.
could you
There's
could
open
stick
body-
your biceps in there and end up with some massive peaks.
I could. But what if I don't?
That
Like,
terrifies
that will,
you.
That will impact me more. I'm thinking like me on stage. Like that's,
So you
that's-
think-
that's my thought process on this? Because there's open bodybuilders.
So you
that
think
have-
your biceps could get a lot worse? Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
You think your biceps could get a whole lot worse?
Yeah.
Not just in terms of size. I'm saying like in terms of inserts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't think your glutes, just absolute Alex's glutes.
No, I can have, but it's gonna impact me.
Fuck.
having Alex's
brother.
glutes on stage versus having worse arms is not. I'd rather have the worst glutes or like calves, because you're not really judged on calves. Like yeah, they're there, but you're
Okay.
truly not judged on calves. So it'd probably be like calves.
All right.
That's my logic on it.
Okay.
Is like, all right, so if it does, like I'm planning for the worst,
All right.
basically,
Okay.
and hoping that because it's not gonna impact me as much.
That's a tough one. I think I'd be playing to win.
I'll probably go. I would probably pick delts, shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
fuck
just
take
spin
a
it?
Risk.
Okay. All right. I can see that. I mean, you already have like good shoulders.
But like,
I
I
think.
feel like I've worked them out. I work them out fucking intensely. I
Yeah.
work them out really
So
hard.
that's one of the reasons why they look so
Yeah.
good.
But I feel like, yeah. Go ahead. For me, it'd be delts or chest. One of those two. I do have a fucking strong chest when it comes to. Well, I don't know. We'll see when I cut, but I feel like I carry a lot of fat on my chest.
Interesting. I would probably have to go with maybe my triceps. I don't know.
Triceps.
That's a tough one,
That's a little
dude.
muscle group.
I'm not doing delts. I might go with calves, actually. I think my calves are like perfectly mediocre. And so if they were less, I wouldn't worry too much about it. And if they were better,
So you're not
Same.
risking it.
all the better. Yeah, I think I'm going with calves. Yeah.
I'd probably go calves.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're going to end that one here. This was pretty much all just based around. If you guys stuck around without the video, you're a freaking G. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Is this gonna end up on YouTube too, or are we just going straight?
Oh no, this
Spotify?
this is
Spotify
going
exclusive.
on YouTube too. for sure. I'll just put up a
Hey,
I'll
love
just
you
put up
guys.
a background
Flores.
picture. I love you
We're
guys.
rock here. We're
All
rock
have
here.
big penises, every single one of you.
And fuck it. What is it? We got girls that watch this, so if you're still here, you got a fat fucking ass.
Yeah, and you have a big PV. I love it how we have a bunch of